And just to let you guys know, they ritualized you and I, right? Well, whoever lost money yesterday, okay? They ritualized people who lost millions of dollars. I'm not even kidding, because the crypto market collapsing on World Mental Health Day is wild. They waited for this day, guys. Right? It's literally called World Mental Health Day, which was yesterday, right? So they harvested everyone's energy, right? They literally did. Or I guess to the people who did lose money, guys. This is why things happen, guys. Okay, they do things on specific dates and times, right? The timing needs to be perfect, basically. Okay, just realize this and cement it in your brain. But let me give an update to what I think is going to happen next to the crypto market. I don't think we have bottomed out at all. Okay, for Bitcoin or XRP or ETH or any of these other coins. Now there has been coins that have wicked to 0 cents or like a penny. Those coins are definitely bottomed out. But I'm talking about the overall crypto market hasn't bottomed out. Okay, so this is just my 2 cents, guys. Now for Bitcoin, we called it to perfection. Okay, the reason being is because I'm just still mind boggled on how this thing hasn't collapsed on itself. Right, Bitcoin should be all the way down there, by the way, but it's not, like under 90K. But listen to this. Yesterday, I posted this video titled "All Hell Breaks Loose," and look what I say here: die. Easy was 123. The next support region will be at around 112K. But I think, okay, let's see how high let's see how high or how low Bitcoin will dump here, right? Let's see, 6% about. So let's say from here 6%. So back down there. So it seems like Bitcoin is going to hold this lower region, guys, right? But it's trying to build liquidity. There's liquidity formed there too. So at some point they're gonna take it, right? So let's see where Bitcoin went to. Let's take a closer look. Now, some wicks that did go all the way down, right below the liquidity levels. Look at that. That's so crazy, guys. Look at this. Liquidity right here, right? You can barely tell. You guys see this? Liquidity is formed right here and there, and they took it in one full swoop with a wick. But where is it holding now? Right? Where is Bitcoin holding now? Beautiful. Look at that. It came back to, again, this is very strong support, but it's probably gonna die. As soon as it goes below this level, by the way, you know where it's heading to? Let me show you guys where Bitcoin is heading to as soon as we go below this level. Well, it's heading down to 78K, folks. Okay, like around 80K, let's just say 80K. Okay, that's the major support, next major support region. So yeah, for Bitcoin we definitely called it. Even XRP, I knew there was like a black swan event, guys, but so what's the game plan? Okay, so now we know, you know, things are like calming down, but I don't think things are calmed down yet. I don't think so, right? I think what's gonna happen is a repeat of history. You know what did I think? You know what I think is gonna happen? Something like this, literally like this. You guys see how this on the UCT.dominance chart. Number one, on the 5-day, let's take a quick update. Okay, let's look at this update. 5 days about to close above this 5-day moving average. Okay, very bearish. I'm about to turn extremely bear in a day and 7 hours, even though the move has completed. But no, it hasn't been done and over with. That's what I'm saying. But nobody will listen. This isn't financial advice. If the bottom is in, the bottom is in, right? What could we do? But you know what I think will happen? This, literally like this, repeat of history. They created a massive wick right there. Then what did it do for the next month or so, or like weeks? Consolidated, and out of nowhere it went up again, right? Consolidation, and they went up again. So let's take a repeat. Let's see what happens if that were to occur. Created a long wick, consolidation, pump up again, right? Consolidation, pump up again. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna take all this liquidity, I believe, all this liquidity, guys, right? And the bottom of Bitcoin will be at around 60K to 70 something K. I do believe so myself. You know why I think we haven't bottomed out? Let me explain to you. Because this is a telltale sign, by the way. Bitcoin barely crashed. This is a large crash. Okay, it definitely is, but it didn't do what altcoins did. Altcoins died. altcoins died. So that tells me something. Bitcoin's now lagging behind altcoins, right? Bitcoin, so they made altcoins dump heavy, right? They made altcoins to dump heavy, guys. When Bitcoin truly dumps here, there's a justification of it, of why it's dumping heavy, right? To fill wicks and all sorts of stuff. So what I think still, I think this thing is gonna go down, guys, right? I don't think we're at the bottom here at all. I do have a special number in mind, which I said before, for 1XRP. And at this number, at around like under $1.30, guys, I'm gonna throw a long on XRP, right? A low leverage long, even though you shouldn't at all, because all these markets are scam, very scam like, guys. Okay, but so right now, I'm waiting for this thing to travel upwards. Okay, there's two things here. Either it comes back below the 5-day and it closes below the 5-day. That's when I'll turn extremely bullish, right? Ultra bullish, in fact. Or for now, it needs to just keep going higher and higher and higher, right? Until I see this chart bottom out, or top, I should say, top out, right? And if you inverse it here, it would be bottoming out, right? So something like this. Okay, but it regularly, this is basically Bitcoin chart, guys, right? Bitcoin needs to come down like this and then hold support and then fly. Okay, but let's go back to the regular chart, right? So this thing needs to go up like this and then die, right? That's what I think will happen from this point onwards, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna buy some XRP here in a few weeks. I don't think we should buy right now because I don't think we have bottom, but you guys can do whatever, not financial advice. Now, let's get to the bottom of this, because I'm going to be talking about this for the next several days minimum, right? So we understand what's happening. We have to become investigators, because there needs to be some type of consequence for this market manipulation, even though we knew that this was going to happen, right? It's just that somebody's obeying somebody else's order. And who could that be? Well, we know from the Wolf of All Streets. This didn't happen because of a tariff announcement, right? It did happen because of a tariff announcement. People don't realize the tariff announcement was the catalyst for whoever was going to make this move, and they're going to blame the tariff announcements, right? It was just a catalyst to move markets, right? So basically, the tariff announcement was the issue. But the person who created this, which was Aladdin, 1,000%, okay, 1,000% Aladdin. You know how I could guarantee you guys it's Aladdin? It's simple as 1, 2, 3. It's nobody else but Aladdin, right? And exchanges made profits off of this, which probably goes back to Aladdin. And nobody will do any type of investigation. How I know it's Aladdin? I could guarantee, bookmark this video, that this chart and cryptos will not bottom out until this chart goes all the way up here. And Aladdin already has its sights on the top price of this chart, by the way, which means the bottom price of cryptos. Okay, now what we must do here is we must have a mantra that connects us with the market makers, right? Energetically, or shall we say with Aladdin. Aladdin makes more sense. The reason being is because so we could be on the right path here, right? So what I know and what I feel like is we're paired, we're interlinked with Aladdin, okay? And we know what's going on here, okay? So Trump was the trigger, Aladdin was the mover, is what I think. And for us, okay, so people are asking, okay, so how could we go after Aladdin? Well, we have to go after Trump, right? Since he's obeying orders. Simple as 1, 2, 3. You have to go after Trump, right? Or this will keep happening until the day they collapse. So are you gonna wait till then? The collapse will come probably end of next year or something, right? How I know it's from the Trumps as well, right? They're obeying orders is because they were like manipulating the people's you and I mind to be bullish for Q4. It's plainly right here, right? The proof is literally right here. Eric Trump said Q4 will be unbelievable for
Nextford allows me to learn 100% online, anywhere, at any time, and on any.
Be unbelievable for crypto. Let's listen to this.
Crypto, all of these problems, and I've fallen in love with it. I think it's incredible. It's growing faster than the internet grew. And we're on the 1 yard line of cryptocurrency, and the future is incredible. The future is bright. The future is incredible.
Now, he's not wrong about the future, guys. Now, the future is definitely not bright for some people who lost all their portfolio yesterday trading, right? To those people, I feel very sad, and I have empathy for those people, guys, because the same thing happened to me earlier this year. Right, I may have to give my story because an exchange has like half my profits, and then with the other half of my XRP, I just revenge traded during the tariffs, which was a very bad idea. It was like the worst timing ever. Right, then I lost it all, and now basically I'm starting from scratch. Right, but I'm still here. It was definitely a bad time for me, but I'm still here, guys. Going through the storm, but I'm not gonna give up. I'm telling you, I'm staying here until it's the 4 digits. Right, until we see the day the new world arrives. But the future is bright, no less. Here's the issue.
And I think fourth quarter of this year is going to be unbelievable for a host of reasons. So super
How do you think Bitcoin's going to go?
I've always said that I think in time Bitcoin surpasses $1 million.
He says the fourth quarter Q4 will be it will be unbelievable for crypto, guys. I mean, he wasn't wrong. It is unbelievable. Okay, it is unbelievable. But it probably in the opposite direction of what he was thinking. But this is how we know something very shady happened yesterday. Unusual Whales tweeted out, breaking, look at this. A new crypto account was opened yesterday morning, 30 minutes before Trump's announcement. So a new crypto account was just opened like that, but right before a black swan occurs, which was connected to Trump again. Trump was the trigger, Aladdin was the mover. I'm gonna keep repeating this literally forever now. Trump is the mover. Trump is the trigger. Aladdin is the mover until there's some type of consequence here. That's all I have to say. Okay, every exchange needs to be checked and investigated into. I'm not even kidding. Will they bring upon justice? Will this darkness have a flicker of light? It added a huge multi-million-dollar leveraged Bitcoin short position. The market then dumped. The trader made a profit of $200 million in 2 hours, unusual. You guys see, right? Come on, guys. It was Trump is a trigger, right? And Aladdin is the mover. Now, Financial Vice, we know the game plan. I wouldn't buy right here. I think this thing is gonna keep firing off to the upside, unless they save liquidity and then they dump it back down. But we'll see what happens. But anyways, let's see. What is that? So, face, see ya.